the hitching post where they used to hitch up their horses, and the museum that has the Bible that he swore on and all of the original documents and things from the time when we founded our country. And you look up from the museum in the hitching post that's right here, and what sign do you see right there? You see the sign for Wall Street, because literally you have Ground Zero, you have the building where the country was founded, and you have Wall Street, all within a very short walking distance of one another. So the sycamores have been cut down. In the front of this church, there was a sycamore tree, and the tree had gotten damaged. It had been planted there purposely. It's not native to America. The tree had gotten damaged, and it had gotten ruined during this time. So they cut the tree down, and they put the tree, once again, as a memorial as to what had happened. And then, I don't know if you remember the news forecast, but they came in, and this is the next one, this is the 7th one, but they came in with a big, huge cedar tree and planted it in its place. Did they know what they were doing? Absolutely not. But let's read on. They took the sycamore, and they planted a cedar tree, just like Israel did when Israel was about to be destroyed. The cedar, being stronger than the sycamore, symbolized the nation's arrogance and hope that it would emerge from the crisis stronger than before. Yeah, they played right into it, didn't know it. Right into Isaiah 9. But then here came the next part, the utterance. Our wonderful leaders of our country decided that they were going to, the very next day, on September 12th, read Isaiah 9 as a prophetic word over the country. Let's go back to that and let's read it again. Because I don't believe, I want you to know it was read how many times? How many times did you hear it? It was read 3 times over our country. 3 is extremely significant, isn't it? The Lord sent a messenger against Jacob, I will fall on Israel. Now let's look at Israel and the United States. And that people will know it. Ephraim in the habits of Samaria. Samaria, once again, was the capital of Israel, the Israeli nation at that time. Who say with pride and arrogance of heart, the bricks have fallen down, but we will rebuild the dressed stone. Spoken by Tom Daschle. The fig tree had been felled, and we were replaced with cedars. And another one that is called the sycamore tree, we were replaced with cedars. Spoken by John Edwards, who at the time was running for governor, another prominent senator. And then finally, by our own president, months later, it was spoken again. It was spoken as a prophecy 3 times over America, how we would come back stronger, how we weren't going to let these terrorists come against us, how we would rebuild and be better than before. Now, is that wrong? In the scripture over Israel, they talked about the pride and arrogance of heart. They talked about how God was giving them a warning, how his anger had gone against them, and how God was warning them, turn back, repent, please come back and be a nation of God. Please come back. I'm giving you a warning. What has happened since 9/11? Did our country's leaders say it with pride and arrogance of heart? Since 9/11, how many times has the stock market gone drastically down? And that even has more significance to you, because I can tell you even the points that it went down and everything else all lines up with the word God. How has our economy been since 9/11? How has our national debt been since 9/11? I mean, we went from something basically uncontrollable to something now that's just totally unattainable. I mean, there's just no way now. I mean, I don't care what political party you stand for. It doesn't matter who would be in office right now. It ain't going pretty, guys. It is out of control. The dollar just in the last 6 months has been devalued twice. Things are not looking pretty for America. Unemployment has been the highest it's been in decades. We've already talked about what we're doing with our children. What has taken place with the alternative lifestyle in the States and allowing marriages since 9/11? You know, people try to justify and people try to say that things are okay, but the fact of the matter is the Bible addressed that back a long time ago, of what marriage is to be. And there's nothing new under the sun. The Lord knew long ago. It's not a new thing just in our time period. It's been going on back in Moses' time. And yet, that has all taken place since there. So I've had Christians say, and I know my son Tony even had this experience. He spoke before a government class in public school about that very issue. And his Christian friends said, well, we don't believe